because she slams the door, like the wall. Like you can't
Right.
do anything.
You can't do anything. It's like it sucks.
I'll tell you what, that's actually not a bad studio apartment.
I like it a lot.
It's not bad.
The colors are all whack.
All right, let me see if I can try to get this to pop on the air.
Yeah, I'll do that if you need me to.
Metaphorically speaking.
Here we go. Let's go.
Episode 50.
And welcome to the show.
Wow.
Suckers.
Wait a minute. When did we start recording? What point?
Literally 30 seconds ago.
Okay, good. I was gonna
This
say.
was one of them
If
trick
all, the,
intros.
if all the porn stuff really was caught on tape, bye to all of our jobs.
Well, now people are going to want to know what we were talking about.
ASMR right here.
Ew, SMO.
You can hear the pouring.
Actually, no, there is one like GIF video that's used a lot.
Yeah.
The lady on the laptop with the long
That one is
nails
so
chewing
God.
gum. That's technically ASMR, right?
Yeah, ASMR. Yeah.
ASMR, yeah.
That's what she does.
Oh, so she's a person that does it.
ASMR like person.
Oh, I thought she was doing a whole bit of something. Like I thought she birthed the concept of ASMR by just coincidentally doing that.
No, I think that's what she does.
I did show you the one that I saw today with that same clip. It was her going. The caption read, when you're in the ER dying all over the floor and the person at the front desk is like,
Oh yeah,
just casual on the computer, which is the most
this
true thing.
Yeah.
I read one that was like the lady's clicking and it's like when your friends ask you to hang out but you're at home just watching them on their social media.
That's too real.
Or the one like,
All right, boys, here. Let's cheers.
Oh, here.
50
50
fucking
episodes. We're halfway there.
We did it, ladies and gentlemen, fans, whoever the fuck is listening. We did it, 50 episodes.
We've made it.
Stacey, you want to get a
50.
glass?
I wanted to take a picture of you guys.
Oh, yeah.
I'm in a robe and sweatpants, drinking
50
like a fiend.
episodes. I love how Let's
Your own
go.
photographer in the booth. It's clearly a celebration.
Clearly a celebration.
Who thought we would have made it this far?
Yeah. This is Ram Gabinangelo.
We're drinking
We are
from good
here.
glasses,
We're
guys,
on the
and I do
couch.
solo cups.
Popped a little
We
bubbly.
are currently drinking a little bit of the bubbly called Vouv Duvernay.
Yeah, not the good one. Not the good one. That's not, happening
Vouv,
yet.
the good one,
You
the
know,
expensive one.
It's actually, but it's cold. It's chill. I bet I wouldn't even be able to tell what an expensive glass of champagne.
Well, you know what?
and a
I'm
cheap
glad
one
you
is.
said it because I bought a fairly, I don't want to say expensive, but like I bought like a higher price bottle of champagne on New Year's, and it was literally just garbage.
oh, yeah.
I gave it to
wouldn't
the
be able
kids.
to
I was
tell.
just
I
gonna
wouldn't be able to
take
tell.
it.
Same thing
Yeah.
with wine. I can't
I-
taste
Yeah,
that.
wine's a weird little paradox.
I was looking for Andre,
the best, obviously.
but I realized I like this because it would really what this signifies is that if we get to 100, when we get to 100, we can then not only is the show improved, but our quality of champagne improves.
Absolutely. We're gonna
By
be-
that point, we can then order the $50 bottles.
The
of
real
champagne,
bottle of Vouv.
the Vouv Clicquot, whatever the hell it is,
the orange shit.
the orange bottle, whatever. And then, if we hit to like 150, 200, then we're like, all right, let's put a little more money into
Yeah,
it. Maybe
maybe
there's a
if-
better version of
Maybe
whatever.
If, AMC wants to sponsor us
Right.
still, or
So as the show improves, we improve here. We are watching The Mask, a fucking classic.
throwing
Jim
it
Carrey,
back, man.
throwing it back.
Some might consider this so random.
Kind of is, isn't it?
50th anniversary celebration. What are you watching? The
Mask.
We are not watching anything of importance.
Yeah.
But this is one of the better movies of all time in terms of comedy.
Comedy, our childhood, of course.
Yes, our childhood.
Which is inappropriate considering
And there
this
it is.
condom joke.
The condom joke.
We're all saying like our childhood, and there's
Yep.
a fucking condom joke. Tommy gun.
The scene just now, Jim Carrey is blowing, is
French
creating
Blue Man.
balloon animals, and he's just creating a bunch of balloon animals for some goons in the street, and then by accident he pulls out a used condom from his pocket. It says "Oops, wrong pocket," but it's disgusting because it's a used condom.
It clearly is
Yeah.
used. It wasn't.
It's not in the wrap. It's not like freshly out of the wrapper. It's like
And there was a bit
it
of
was soggy.
Yeah, there was a bit of a tint to it, if you will. Oh well.
So yeah, holy
his
shit,
aim
we
is
made it to
awful.
50 episodes, guys.
We would have loved for you guys to see our face for this episode, but
Yeah,
we just want to keep you waiting a little bit longer.
Yeah.
because that's what we're about here.
that's what we do here. We lie a little bit just just to keep
Keep
you
you on the
interested, to
rope.
really keep you on your toes. Those of you who are listening that are real fans will wait no matter what.
Yeah. And you know what? I'm feeling generous, guys. The next 10 people that tweet us with hashtag Happy 50th, we're gonna send you an amazing prize pack.
Do you want to like lower that number from like 10 to like? Maybe
We should probably do 2.
Nah.
I think 2.
Two
You know
or
what?
three.
You know what?
2 or 3.
It's our 50th episode. We're gonna give you guys a prize pack, one for every episode. 50 prize packs are on the line.
You're just gonna give them Hershey kisses, aren't you?
No, I'm providing an amazing prize pack. There'll be stickers. There will be T-shirts, maybe even a hat, koozies.
Actually,
Practical items.
I want to make podcast swag. I want koozies.
Yeah.
I'm-
But we talked about this last time.
We
Yeah.
did.
But
All right,
anyway,
we'll move on from
first
this.
50 people, hashtag Happy 50th on the couch. Prize pack coming your way. We'll DM you.
So
Fico, do you hear that? I think it's crickets.
Staring at my phone, hoping to get some type of DM. Anything.
oh shit. All right, listen. 50 episodes. We've been through a lot. We've said a lot of bullshit. We've argued and we've discussed a lot of comics because we do a lot of comic shit in here.
I don't
the
think.
comic stuff.
Oh, they're movies.
big now.
Comic movies, yeah.
They're big now.
Comic
They're
movies.
very big. It's
And I
appropriate.
sometimes rev it up on comics when I'm allowed.
What, if any, moments or things that we've talked about has been your favorite conversation that we've had so far in 50 episodes?
That's a loaded question. I don't fucking know. Shit.
Wow, so we've done a lot of weird shit.
We've done a lot of weird shit.
I think something that really stands out to me was our first After Dark episode.
I think that was. I was gonna say that was gonna be obviously
that's-
my favorite moment.
That was your
here.
favorite?
That was a whole thing.
Moment,
You
yes.
were so thirsty for Manolo.
Oh my god. That was what I'm saying. Like, that was incriminating. if
It also
anything.
That was a very hilarious.
It also took
thing.
5 takes to actually
Yeah, it
put
took us
something out that we
forever
could
to do
record
that.
and not get in
Actually,
trouble.
you want to know what, Figo? How about you add that, like, because we took it off the website. How about if the first 3 people to do the Twitter thing, you get an exclusive copy of the After Dark?
I mean,
Yeah, you could really ruin our lives with this exclusive copy of the original After
did
Dark
we take
promos.
it off Spotify?
You better fucking take it off Spotify. I'll kill you.
Well,
I don't know.
the
that we
one
took it off
episode,
Spotify.
the actual finished product, I think it's still
I'm
up
pretty sure
there.
it's
the truth
still up
was
there.
there was multiple.
Well, that's what I'm
that
saying.
Kept deleting every episode.
I mean, I think the final episode is still on.
I think it's still
Spotify.
up,
It's
but
just,
the
it's just
3
not
that
on the
came
website.
before it.
Well, we better get on Spotify. We have
Okay, guys. What are we going to talk about today? It's our 50th episode. It's been 8 minutes of complete bullshit talking.
Well, give it. Remote, I always.
We're just
every week I
we're-
ask what's on the menu. So how about you just tell
All
me
right.
what's on the menu?
So
50th doesn't make a difference there.
the big thing that happened over the past week, I would say, would be the Oscar nominations.
Oscar noms, yeah, definitely.
They came out this week. I'm going to pull up the actual list because I don't want to be wrong because
We'll pull up the ones
we're
of
typically
worth mentioning.
usually wrong with
No,
most
no.
things. I am, at least.
We're good. We're good here. We do our due diligence on this show.
Yeah. Okay, so Oscar nominations came out. The big thing on the internet was a lot of people thought other people were snubbed.
Which always happens.
Which, in this case, I mean, listen, guys, this always happens. There's always going to be snubs. There's a lot of movies out there. There's a lot of things.
But the problem is, like, I also think it goes beyond just the snubs. There's like a catch. Is catch 22 the phrase? It's like a double-edged sword of a problem. Because the thing is, this has happened before. Happens all the time. Like the mega snubs. And then what happens is because everyone gets pissed in the following year or something like that, then more people of color or Latin people or like just
Right.
minorities then win like a lot of awards, and
Right.
then it goes back to the snubbing.
Correct.
So my thing is not only are people getting snubbed for their work, but at the same time, it's like when they actually do win, is this actually because you think I earned her? Because
Right.
this is a charity
Like a makeup
award,
call.
a makeup for like
Right.
because you guys aren't inclusive at all. So it's like it's double. Like
That's
to me, it's like a double issue.
That's a fair
Correct.
point. That's a
Then
fair
it
point.
makes you doubt when we actually do win. Is it because
Gab, when you were on Twitter during the Oscar nominations and stuff, I know that you were like retweeting and reading some of the
Maybe.
some of the things that people were saying about in terms of who got snubbed.
Yes.
Do you remember a good chunk of the people that you read got snubbed?
Yes.
Who are those people?
All right, right off.
Just some of them, because
all right, Aquafina is one of them.
Okay, so Aquafina for the what's the
For
leading
the
actress?
Farewell. Yeah, for leading. I think for leading
Okay.
actress. You had Taron Egerton for lead actor for the Elton John movie. He didn't get it,
Oh.
but I have an opinion about
Whoa,
that.
whoa! He did not. The Elton John guy did not get nominated for the lead
No,
actor.
He did not get nominated for lead actor.
Oh shit!
But I have a theory as to why that is.
Why? Because remember in the last podcast episode
Right.
where we were discussing the Golden Globe winners,
He won.
you said that basically he doing the triple threat guaranteed him an Oscar.
Correct, because usually if you
sing,
not only if
act,
you get
and-
nominated, but that's an aspect of it. But I'm also thinking about the fact of if you get nominated for a Golden Globe, let alone win it,
Yeah, correct.
you're
Right.
pretty much in line or in a serious contender to win the Oscar.
The Oscar.
Right, but where?
So
Remember,
my
at the Golden Globes, there's two major acting awards. Like for each, there's.
I think it was lead actor in a drama. He won lead actor. In a
No,
drama.
that was
Oh,
Joker.
Joaquin, you're
Yeah.
right. He won it.
Right.
So what did he win? Musical or comedy?
He's on musical or comedy. That's
Best
what I'm
lead
saying.
actor in musical or
okay.
comedy, yeah. But still, at the same time, that you could say the same thing for Rami Malek, who won last year for.
True.
Which brings me to my point. I think the reason why he wasn't nominated is because, in a lot of ways, even when we talked about it on this podcast, I don't know how many episodes ago.
Yeah.
The Elton John movie is kind of a carbon copy.
It's a very similar
Of
thing. Of Bohemian Rhapsody.
Queen movie,
of
right?
the Queen
yeah.
movie. They're very similar.
Similar style,
And
right?
It's basically the same
too
story. Only one's
plays-
dead, one's not.
He too plays a British homosexual man who's not comfortable with his sexuality, struggling
Right.
to find it. Like they're the
Who had a rough,
They
rough
literally
life for
are
a
like
while.
the same story.
The only thing is that one
he
guy
sings. Like there's a very with a
Right.
very like gregarious.
One had a way more tragic ending than the other one, but like,
Yeah, but it's still like they're similar. So I think maybe they didn't want to nominate someone for like
So
a
similar
performance that's
to-
basically
yeah.
carbon copy of.
yeah. I mean that I understand. That makes sense.
Yeah, so that one I'm like, I still think a nomination would have at
Correct.
least been because
Yes.
it was good work.
Especially
Who are the lead actors?
all right. So
Do
the
we
lead
have for the lead actor in a
actors
drama for the Oscar.
There is no like drama one. It's just
Oh,
lead
lead
actor.
actor.
Yeah.
Right.
Performance by an actor in a leading role is Antonio Banderas,
No, I'm not gonna-
Leonardo DiCaprio, Adam Driver, Joaquin Phoenix, and Jonathan Pryce in The Two Popes.
Okay, so for me right there, it's going to be between Leo and Joaquin.
Really?
Not because I think Leo deserves it for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, but it's fucking Leo, and
Right.
that Once Upon a Time in Hollywood I think is getting more
Acclaim.
than
I still think that Adam Driver is
I was
still
going to say,
probably
for me,
number
it's
two
Joaquin and Adam Driver.
Besides
because he was very
Joaquin.
good.
I would want to give it to Adam Driver, but it's also not the first time that. Well, no, they've given it to first timers before. I don't know. I just don't think it's.
I mean, look, it took DiCaprio like 15 years to get an
get one,
Oscar,
to get
and a fuck ton of good movies to get
Yeah,
one. So
absolutely.
yes, Adam Driver this isn't going to necessarily be his best movie. This kid's a good actor, and you can tell.
For me, the winner is
so he'll be
Joaquin,
fine.
because usually the Golden Globe winner is a huge indicator to who's taking it at the
Right,
Globes,
right.
at the Oscars, because the Globes open award season, the Oscars close.
I have seen
And usually you'll
some oddball scenarios where that doesn't happen that way.
but it's
But
usually
for the
because-
most part, yes.
it's
It's
usually
pretty- it's
because of the
chalk.
category thing. Like
Right.
the
Right.
year that Hugh Jackman was nominated for Les Mis, and it was the same year that Lincoln came out. So what's
Right.
his name?
DDL.
Daniel
Daniel
Day-Lewis.
Daniel Day-Lewis. The two of them were off and on winning either SAG or winning.
Right.
They kept kind of during that award season. It
Yeah.
ultimately went to Daniel Day-Lewis for Lincoln, but it's a huge. Anne Hathaway did a sweep too.
Right.
When she was nominated for supporting actress for Les Mis, she won
Oh,
every
yeah,
fucking
yeah,
award
yeah,
that
yeah.
season. So by the time the Oscars came around, which closes it, you know
Right.
she's going to take it
And
home.
Leo, and I'm pretty sure Leo won for the movie with the bear.
He did.
Yeah.
And at that point he had swept
He had
all
swept
the
it,
awards.
yeah.
He had swept all the awards. So it's a big. So whoever wins the Globe, that's what I'm saying.
But
For
I also
Taron
think they were-
Egerton that he didn't get nominated for the Elton
Right.
John movie. I was like, yikes. Okay.
Right. But then again, yeah. The only thing that concerns me about that is that he didn't at least get nominated.
Right.
Right.
But
Like-
that's not the only snub. There's so more.
Yeah, there's more.
Adam Sandler did not get a nomination for
Right.
his work
Adam
on,
Sandler-
on Uncut Gems.
What do you think about that?
Do
you understand?
I really don't think that he would have gotten a nomination for it.
You don't think so?
I haven't seen the movie, so I don't know yet.
Okay.
But in my opinion, I just don't see him having done that well of a job, having seen his movie history, for him to be in the same group as these people.
Okay, that's fair.
In terms of
Well-
but again, that's without me seeing the movie. So
Right, so we
I
have
might
really
change
no-
my tune once I see the movie.
Right.
That's fine. I'm just saying that I'm not entirely surprised by that snub.
People were surprised that De Niro didn't get one for The Irishman, and I that one was for me. I was like, y'all thought he was
Yeah,
gonna win.
Again,
Like no,
right.
like
he was
great
good.
movie. He
but-
was good in it, but I just didn't see.
But you're bringing me to what I want to say is that De Niro ultimately, for the most part, I'm not saying he's a phenomenal actor,
Right.
but in a lot of roles, you're playing similar people.
Same old people. We've
Right.
seen you play this
Yeah.
role.
Countless times.
Yeah, we've
I
seen him
think
play the
I'm gonna say
mafioso
I'm gonna
guy.
say
Yeah,
something
you've
really
been-
controversial. Scorsese winning Best Picture, like director, something like that
It's
at
the
this
same-
point. Why?
It's the same
Right,
kind of
we've
gig.
seen this movie.
We've seen this
we've
movie.
Seen this
He's-
type of movie
Yeah.
a few times.
You're
Yeah.
really good at this type
this
of film,
type
and they're
of
all
movie, yes.
really good. And
Right.
I do enjoy every single one of them. But
Why that recognition for something
Exactly.
that that's been said
switch
and done
up the
before?
game a little bit, kid.
So that's why I think for the best actor thing, I kind of feel bad for Adam Sandler because
Right.
the movie does have an extremely high score, and for one of his movies, it is a different genre than what he normally does, and it's something out of his comfort zone. So I think
Right,
when
right.
actors go take risks like that to take on roles that are different and succeed
Succeed
at
at
it,
'em.
then shit. I'm not saying give him the Oscar, but give him
a
the
nod.
fucking
Yeah.
nomination.
Right.
Did you see that tweet that came out that saying that he said that if he got snubbed, he was going to come out with like literally the worst piece of shit on purpose.
He said,
Like it's just a
But
spike.
that also goes to show he's in on the joke.
Yeah.
He knows that
"Oh
his
no,
movies
of
are.
course." His tweet also when he was like,
Mama
bad news. I didn't get the nomination.
Good news, I can stop
Good
wearing
news. I don't
suits."
have to wear a suit. And then like, congrats to Mama because Kathy Bates was nominated
For what?
for something. I think no.
Yeah, she was nominated for something, and then she
Oh.
responded back to him like "Mama loves you," and like,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
Academy's the devil.
Yes,
or
she's
something like that.
Kathy Bates is nominated for supporting role in Richard Jewell.
I have
so-
to see that movie.
Who are the other females in supporting actress? For this
So
year?
supporting actress is Kathy Bates. It's Laura Dern, Marriage Story.
won
Scarlett
the
Johansson in
Globe,
Jojo Rabbit. Florence Pugh in Little Women, and Margot Robbie in Bombshell.
That's between Laura Dern because she won the Globe,
Right,
and Florence Pugh, for Little
Yeah.
Women.
Scarlett Johansson is not going to win Jojo Rabbit.
No,
but
she's also
she-
nominated in lead.
But she very well may. No, she's not because what's her name won?
for the Judy.
Judy Garland,
the Judy
Renee
Garland,
Zellweger.
Renee Zellweger. So she's
They-
probably
people-
going to win that one.
So the stuff I've heard about that, I haven't seen the movie. They said that the movie is like, but like apparently her performance like really puts it.
So basically,
Right.
like
Like
Justice League.
without her performance, the movie would have just been shit.
It's just really the thing about the Oscars.
That's such a weird area to be in, right? This movie is garbage, but holy shit, that
You were
person's doing
fucking
a
really
good
good at it.
job.
right.
I think that's.
I mean, in a sense, a good amount of people think the same thing about the Joker.
Yeah, you're right.
A lot of people were like,
Yeah,
I
right. Similar
wasn't
situation.
a fan of the movie,
But his
but
performance-
Joaquin did an incredible job.
I was watching
you can't deny
not
that.
watching. I was listening to another podcast earlier, and they were running through the nominees and stuff. And the dude said it was like in stride, like, oh, it looks, yeah, Joaquin's nominated for this. Didn't really think the movie was any good, but yeah, he was
Right.
fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, well, so that's again the same thing. Like, I think a lot of people are at least taking, they're at least giving him like the
giving-
acknowledgement that like,
yeah,
yo,
yeah.
you killed it. You did
But
a
then
great
it
job.
breaks my heart that gets the acknowledgement, but then other actors who also did tremendous work don't get the acknowledgement. That's kind of fucked.
Right, but it's so tough because like you really, I mean, you can't nominate 15 people. You see what
You
I'm saying?
can.
The
but
goddamn
I-
show already
but
takes
I did
forever
wanna
as it
come
is.
to That
There were a fuck ton of
elimination
movies.
process was I think
Like I
all right,
can't
and then
say
even go to this other snub. And I'm sure people will roll their eyes to it, but I think it's valid. Again, no female director nominated for Best Director.
Right.
So not even Greta Gerwig for Little Women, who did a phenomenal job with that movie.
Right.
Because you took a classic.
Wait, let me see who's the best director nominees.
And Issa Rae calling
Achievement in directing, right?
Achievement in directing. Yeah.
So The Irishman.
Look how many movies those are.
Scorsese. It's only 5.
Oh wait, sorry, I don't have my
It's
glasses on.
Scorsese, Irishman, Todd Phillips, Joker, Sam Mendes, 1917,
Mm-hmm.
Quentin Tarantino, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and Parasite, Bong Joon-ho.
If they're fair, that's supposed to be between 1917 and Parasite.
Right.
Those are the two. If they're being
The two
just.
out of all of these movies that I've seen, the only one that I didn't see was Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. But
That's Tarantino, right?
that's Once Upon a Time is Tarantino. Yes.
Yeah.
That is. I'm sorry. That's 1917 director and Parasite. Those are the two
Yes.
directors.
Those two movies are the best out of the ones out of the 4 that I've seen. And I love The Irishman, but Irishman had a lot of things that I would have done differently.
100%.
And it was way too long. Just way too long.
Remember who won the Globe for Best Director?
It was
Tarantino.
Yes.
Tarantino won, yeah.
I don't agree with.
But it should.
Did you guys
to
watch?
me,
Did you
it
guys
should-
see the film?
Well,
I haven't seen it yet. I haven't seen
what
it.
did 1917 win?
That won best.
Best movie of the year.
Yeah, motion picture.
Best motion picture.
Which I need to see that movie for sure.
You need to see
yeah,
1917.
and I think I will the next day or two.
And in reality, to me, I think the way they did 1917,
The way they
I
shot
thought
it.
was going to get this guy the directing award because of how it's shot. And I'm like, this is just
That's
a
directing,
masterpiece.
though. And if it's something that's not been really seen before,
Right.
or
So it's
not-
like it just makes me think like, are they just giving this to Tarantino because he's fucking Tarantino?
that's what I'm saying.
How
Like
has
the
he-
Scorsese and Tarantino stuff.
When-
It's this club of like, we get it, they're legends, but are they doing
Right.
anything new or
I would
pushing
say
the envelope?
Tarantino at least does give you something different than Scorsese does on a consistent basis, even
True,
though like
true,
the
true.
last. No,
The style. See, the thing about Tarantino is the style of Tarantino is the same, but he does different subjects.
Yeah.
Like Django is definitely not the same as Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
If anything, you
Pulp
could
Fiction is definitely not the same
yeah.
as any of these.
Those are like those are like their own
So
monsters.
he'll give you all different ideas for movies.
Yeah, and the way he does shoot them are pretty good.
Yeah.
His angles, like a lot of his angles and the close ups and stuff, and the
Right.
focus, it's pretty cool. So I can get Tarantino and stuff,
Right.
but from what you guys were saying about 1917, it's like that's gonna be a
It's just a really good movie. So it's like I mean I don't know like Todd Phillips and Joker. I mean yeah, Joker's good, in my opinion, but I don't even know that I would nominate Todd Phillips for the Joker
I don't know.
for best director. I think probably wouldn't.
I don't want to have this taken the wrong way, but like I think the success of that movie, yeah, it's got a great script and all that stuff.
Right.
It's Joaquin and the way he portrays the role. Like,
Yeah, I mean, that's to me
bless
the-
up to
the-
Todd Phillips
right.
for giving him maybe some direction and stuff, but
It's
Yeah,
also
that's him.
the Joker.
yes,
It's
Right.
the pivotal Batman villain.
Correct.
kept the streak alive in episode 50.
Oh, there it is. Let's go.
And there's the streak,
Damn
baby.
It's also like, what if it was just called The Guy and it's this depressing ass movie that creates a whole other layer to that film. There's
Right.
a thing that kind of I think creates a protective film on it, which is
Right.
it's about a Batman villain that brings people to the audience. If that was about anyone else, no one would have seen that movie.
Right.
That is a dark ass film. Who would have voluntarily? Not a lot of people I think would have voluntarily gone to see it.
if that was any other movie under any other title, would
No-
that didn't
no
have
one's
any
doing
attachment, that'd be
Right.
pretty tough.
I don't think he's. I agree with you. He's not going to be taking home an Oscar for Best Director at all. I think. Neither do I think that. No offense, that Greta Gerwig should have won the Oscar for Little Women as Best Director, but it was very worthy of the nomination because of how she was able to take the story that was already done, like it just
Few
recently
times,
in
yeah.
the '90s,
Yeah.
like and
Right.
a few times, but chose how she laid it out and how she edited it. She didn't do the movie chronologically.
I like that.
Instead, she jumped from the future and the past.
Yeah.
Throughout
Right.
the film, and by doing that, you created another layer to the narrative just with that jump.
Right,
And
right,
I was
right.
like, holy shit. Like, for reading the book and seeing the 90s version,
90s
now it
versions.
has a whole other, like, layer to it that wasn't there before. And
Right.
that's because of the fucking director. So why... I think those female snub things are just fucking absolutely true.
I think I mean, there were a lot of snubs. I mean, I think
And then people get upset and they're like, it's just an award show. Who fucking cares? I'm like, yeah, you're right. No one's... I mean, we're not flipping tables over here about who did or didn't get
Not
nominated.
yet.
Yeah.
Shit.
But it's about... It's the most heightened expression of our society, right? It's a thing that we glorify and romanticize within our world. It's
Right.
these people and this culture and these images and these ideas. So if you're seeing it at that scale, what does that say about down here within the invisibleness of just everyday society?
Right.
right.
What other the snubs that are happening here, like the lack of consideration or the lack of representation or opportunity and yada yada yada. So I
Right.
think on that level,
Because if on the scale of Hollywood,
Which is- yeah.
these snubs are happening, then it's like,
what happens? What about every day?
what about every day, right?
So I think
true.
that's
It's just
yeah.
it's just really tough. This kind of thing is really tough because, I want to be a bigger part of the conversation in terms of all these snubs, and I think next year I'm gonna really be extremely diligent about seeing all of these movies
Right.
because. Like, I want to have them all. I want to have seen all these movies by the time the nominations are about to drop.
Coming out. So you
Like,
can
I
actually
don't want to
make
be
your
the
own.
guy to watch all these movies now that the nominations are already out, because then what ends up happening is basically what I've done every year. It's the nominations come out and then I watch the movies that were all nominated, but it doesn't really give me a way to. It doesn't provide me enough information to give a good enough opinion on whether or not the people that got snubbed should have
Deserve to
gotten
get
snubbed or
snubbed.
not.
Right. 100%.
So I don't know. Like, I'm talking about Adam Sandler getting. I didn't think that he probably shouldn't have gotten snubbed, but I don't know that. I haven't seen Uncut
You have to see
Gems,
the
and I don't
film,
know.
yeah.
right.
I also haven't seen a bunch of the movies that some of these like that. Antonio Banderas.
I honestly
I'm surprised that he's still acting. I didn't even know that he was still acting. But he's in a movie and he's
I had
nominated.
I had no knowledge that he was actually in
Right.
something. But that's like
So
the
these are
perfect
things
point.
like
It's
if I had seen all these fucking movies, I could sit here and
just
give you a solid
concrete
you know what?
answer
No,
why.
fuck no.
Yeah.
All these people deserve to be here, and the other people that were possibly nominated but didn't get nominated, sorry, too bad. You were close, but not close enough.
right.
So next year, 100%, I'm going to make sure that I'm going to watch as many of these possible movies as possible.
Just
so
try
that I
to
can,
try to figure out which ones are starting to get buzz and this and
Yeah,
that, and then just tackle them. I agree.
correct. It's and a lot of times, a lot of these people on Twitter and on social media, like, they're so quickly to just go to get their Twitter fingers out, and they're like, "Oh my God, look at all these snubs! It's race and
But
it's
they
this and it's that."
haven't seen the
But they
movies.
haven't seen the
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
movies.
That's a
They're
problem.
they're just piggybacking off of.
So they're piggybacking off of like, all right, let's
Other people's
ride this
opinions and
wave
stuff.
But
of
that's also why Twitter is like the fucking like Wikipedia of conversation. Like, it's you don't take it for like
Right.
the fact.
Correct.
It's okay.
But that's the problem is that we're living in this society nowadays, this 2020 society,
Yeah,
where people will take something that they see on Twitter or Facebook and go, "Let me ride with that."
yeah, like we're
I'm just going to ride with it because one, I'm too lazy to go actually do the work
Right.
to give me the information to actually give you a proper answer. Same thing with politics. Not to get into politics, I don't want to get into politics.
No, hell no.
But it's the
Not
same.
like on a
But it's
podcast.
the same.
We're not a
But it's the
political
same
podcast.
thing.
right. Yeah.
It's-
same thing.
So
At the end of the day, they're all still rich and they're all still famous, so it doesn't really matter.
right,
true.
correct. Adam Sandler still has a fuck ton of money. He's
Yeah, he's
gonna
definitely living-
he's gonna come out here and now he's going to make the shittiest possible movie on earth.
And I can't
because
wait
of
to
it.
see
And
it.
now I can't wait to see
And
that.
you know what? That's probably
Like
going to gross it.
surpassing
That's
Little
probably
Nicky?
just because fucking people love the
So-
Sandman. You know.
If anything good is going to come out of this, it's that. So it's. I would have loved to have seen Lupita Nyong'o. Is that her last name?
Yeah. For us.
Nominated for Us because in Us she's incredible in Us.
Yeah.
Like when she's just sitting there and she's just fucking fighting with herself. Even she's basically plays two characters in the movie.
Yeah.
Two different characters.
Yeah.
And just her acting and like just like her like doing like the scared face with the one single tear just like pouring down. That's fucking insane.
She expressed so much emotional range in that movie. It's
insane.
crazy, yeah.
So yeah, I mean it is what it is, but now it's Oscar mode. So now a lot of movies to watch, a lot of movies to see hopefully if I can at least give an opinion on the ones that did get nominated and who should have won.
Which ones have you seen to date?
I've seen a bunch. I mean, I've seen 1917, I've seen The Irishman, I've seen Joker, I've seen Parasite, I've seen fucking...
These are the best picture nominees?
I've seen Marriage Story. But the best picture nominees are... what the fuck?
I think you're pretty.
I pretty much said all of them.
Spot on.
That's pretty much them.
Parasites.
And Little Women is nominated for Best Picture,
Right.
Which I find bizarre. How do you have it?
Yeah,
I find it crazy that there's a Best Picture nomination, but not
the
a Best Director nomination.
right.
Isn't the Two Popes movie that's nominated?
So best motion picture of the year is Ford vs Ferrari, which I have not seen.
Oh, that's not gonna get it.
The Irishman I saw. Jojo Rabbit have not seen it.
Oh wow.
Joker saw it. Little Women haven't seen it.
Not gonna get it.
Marriage Story saw it.
Nope.
1917 saw it.
Gonna get
Once
it.
Upon a Time in Hollywood didn't
Maybe.
see it. And Parasite I saw it.
Okay, so you're.
Parasite's not going to get it either, but I'm very happy that they at least put Parasite in the nominations.
In that same podcast I was talking about before, the guy who was running was like, I really hope that this movie wins it because not only is it like rare that like a foreign language film
Right.
makes it this far to get nominated, but he said like without a
crazy. It'd be
shadow of a
crazy.
doubt it was the best movie he saw this year.
Yeah, it'd be crazy. It'd be crazy that if they won it. I mean, I think it's going to win. It's definitely going to win, obviously, International Movie of the Year.
Right.
But I think the fact that it's nominated amongst all these other incredible movies is a
massive.
huge win enough because
It's a
most
big
of the time,
accomplishment,
the international movies are not part of this.
Right.
I just
So,
like you see
Although, let's remember Roma.
Roma, right.
got a
Roma,
lot
exactly.
of love
Yes,
last
yes,
year.
yes.
yeah. So they're changing it, and they're
It's
Well,
little
things are
little
changing.
things here and there, but it's still
Mexican
again
directors fucking govern the Best Director category. at the Oscars.
True.
they're usually very good. So we'll see what happens. When the fuck are the Oscars? Oh, February 9th.
February.
so they're coming.
man.
They are coming.
Every weekend is pretty much another. You have the
'cause the
People's
SAG
Choice, the Critics'
the SAG
Choice,
are
the
soon, too.
SAG, the
I love
the
that.
BAFTAs.
I love this time of year. When are the
The Grammys are in middle of February too.
The only one that
When-
gets
when
that
the-
is for some reason the Bastard Child is the Emmys, and they're all the way over at some other random month by themselves.
Right.
When did the Razzies come out, Rob?
The Razzies are a big one.
The Razzies,
And the Razzies are one that remember last year we talked about the Razzies.
And we're gonna watch all the Razzie nominated.
we have to
movies.
watch the
We
Razzie
made
nominees.
it fucking 5 minutes into that one movie. We're like, no.
With what was it? The Sherlock Holmes one.
Yeah, we
Where
made it 5 minutes into Holmes. We're like, no.
This is bad.
We want to watch that the puppet movie.
What?
It's the 8th of February.
It's the 8th of February. Okay.
Nice. So right before the Oscars,
Do
I
we have
love it.
Razzie nominations at this point, or is it
there
still
has to
too early for Razzie nominations?
I have to assume that they're out.
It's gotta be. It's the night before
Razzie
the Oscars.
nominations. Here we go.
we have them for 2020.
Those of you who are not familiar with the Razzies, it is the
worst movies of the year.
what a award show for the
Oh,
worst.
Cats! I saw Cats on there.
That's gonna. That's it. That's the runaway. That's the runaway
I
victor.
saw one clip of Cats, and I was like, "Nope, I'm not doing that."
I don't think that there's nominations out just yet. I'm sure they're coming out soon because the Razzies are usually the same day or the next day after the Oscars.
Right.
So
Cats is
once
fucking
once that
nominated.
does come out, we will be discussing all of those movies.
I feel like there's no other discussion other than Cats is going to win the worst film of 2019.
Right. I think that it's definitely going to happen. It looks like it's one of the worst movies of all time. Okay. So
Been doing the Razzies for 40 fucking years.
yeah.
Holy
Yeah, but no
shit.
celebrities go because they're too like fucking.
Dude, I would fucking dress up to the nines for that.
Could you imagine like they did a Razzie of like worst podcast when we won? I'd be like, I'm going to go get my Razzie.
Oh, okay. So
There's a schedule to this.
The
Are you
balloting,
reading
the
that?
balloting for the Razzies opens January 10th, which just happened.
So last week, it
and
opened.
voting closes at midnight on Sunday, February 2nd. And the nominations are announced on Saturday the 8th, the day before.
All right, I have a question though.
Oscar Eve.
Is there an actual Razzie award?
Yes, it looks like that.
Okay,
It's just a raspberry.
But where do they
love this award, to be honest.
But who?
Where do they, like,
gets
do these?
it? Like no, like who do they give it to? Because the actors aren't going to go pick those up,
I think they probably just mail it to him.
and then they throw them in the trash.
I mean, it's
Yo,
hilarious.
I'm
Like,
going
if
to
I'm
look-
an actor, I'm gonna laugh at that. You know what I mean?
well, if you're not taking yourself too
Like
seriously,
if you
some of
knew
those really do
the
take-
movie, like the movie that you did was bad.
shit, yeah.
Like the people that were in Cats definitely have seen the critiques.
They've seen the
definitely
movie.
seen the movie, and they've seen the box office bullshit.
They know it's bad.
They know it's a bad movie.
Yeah.
So at this point, you realize, okay, this was a flop.
Right.
All the news are saying it's a flop. So you kind of just let it go. You're like, all right, well, it was a flop. It is what it is. Everyone is in flops. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
At that point, then it's been months. Now it's like, all right, well, now the Razzies are out. Now this is a joke. This is hilarious.
I just
Give me
wanted
my
to
Razzie.
fast forward a couple years to when the actors are allowed, like legally, to start talking shit about the movie.
Yeah, yeah.
Can then tell the stories
Right,
about it.
right.
Because the thing is, poor them when you're in a film that's so special effects heavy.
Yeah.
You're doing all like the CGI.
I still do
stuff,
want to see
but-
Cats, by the way,
Oh God.
because I want to laugh at it.
But what if it's
that
so
might be
bad
an
that
after
you can't? What if it's so bad that you literally are cringing in your seat?
that might be an
it's
After
something-
Dark episode right there.
Yeah, I know.
We have to get drunk enough to watch that abomination of a film.
I don't know, guys.
You know what? This is how we started. We might be watching Cats tonight.
No.
The way this Voo's flowing.
I don't know.
The
Guys.
Voove is flowing, boys.
I don't know, guys.
Okay.
I don't know if I want to what. I'm going to say something really honest and really from
Go
the
ahead,
heart and
go
like
ahead.
kind of raw.
The Voove is hitting game.
I don't think I would survive as a human being through something like that bad and humiliated. Like I don't think I'd be able
Right.
to leave my house for a really long time. I think I might. I'm not. I don't think consider myself that egotistical, but I think the thing is bloated enough that would really like make me lock myself.
The way
in
I
my
would do,
house.
I would look at my $1 million mansion here overseeing the Hollywood Hills and be like, yeah, well, shit happens. To
Yeah, I
everybody.
mean, it's
Oh,
one
fair
thing,
point.
right?
Fucking
it's
it happened
one
at De
thing-
Niro. It
it's
happened.
one
But what
thing.
if it was? But what if? Okay, fine. Look
If-
at look at it through
if
this
it was your
angle.
first movie.
That's what I'm saying. The dancer girl, because I remember seeing like the promo for the film, and this one actress who's like a professional motherfucking dancer.
Right.
Like she's amazing. She plays like this white kid, and I don't fucking know. And this is like her first big thing ever in a movie, and she's a phenomenal dancer. And this is
Right.
showcasing your dance skills. And it has become the joke of America.
That's so
like,
sad.
What does that do to your heart?
Yeah, that's
Sorry to make it so dark, but
That's
I would just kind of feel like if like I was a dancer and I was phenomenal at it,
Right.
And this is not a lucrative career. Like I'm not
Yeah,
rolling
that's
in dough.
honestly kind of sad. But if I'm like just an actor and I've already like have a couple bangers out there, I'll just look at it like, well, people hated Scarface too when it comes out.
Yeah,
so
I mean, that's what-
20
that's the
years
thing.
later, that shit's a
I mean,
cult
this is obviously
classic.
two
Biding my
completely different,
time.
right? Two completely different scenarios.
That poor
If you're
girl
rich-
probably.
If you're rich and you've already been in movies and you're already kind of famous and you have a flop,
Yeah,
cool.
Like if you're Halle Berry and that shit happened, it's like,
Yeah.
I'll be all right.
Halle Berry.
Thanks for bringing that up. She actually did win the Razzie for,
that's
for
what I'm
worst
saying.
actress
And I think
for Catwoman.
and she accepted that shit.
She
didn't she?
did go and
I
accept
I
that.
kind of want to look up now who has won the most Razzies.
I want to
That's
know
when you might
who's
s-
gone to get their Razzie. Because my respect for fucking Halle Berry that she went and accepted that thing. And
Right.
her speech was actually great. If you cannot accept criticism, then you are not worthy of praise.
Right.
And I'm like, that
Fucking
is
right.
just so good. Like you have to be able to accept, like you said, you have to be able to accept me after saying I would lock myself in my basement if I ever got a fucking. if I
All
ever
right, so
bombed.
The thing is,
50
like, there has to be some part during the filming of a movie where, like, this is not going to be good.
15 actors who have won the most Razzie awards.
And I think I know a specific movie where that actually did come. It was that guy from Jackass. What's his name?
Johnny Knoxville?
Johnny Knoxville, and he did that car movie that like with Jessica Simpson, The Dukes of Hazzard
Oh, I love that film.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Wait, he thought
the guy from
from American Pie.
American Pie. What's
Well,
his
the
name?
two-
Yeah.
Goon too.
Oh, fucking yeah, that guy.
That guy.
Well,
Why can't I think of his damn name?
I can't think of it.
Stifler.
Stifler, yes.
It's always going to be Stifler. Sean William Scott?
I think that might be it.
Might be it.
Yeah,
I just remember
it
him
might
at the MTV Movie Awards seeing Natalie Portman on screen. Going, oh my god, so hot. She's single.
be. Yeah.
But anyway, the two of them, I remember that Johnny Knoxville was talking about that movie once. He was like, oh yeah, we were on the set, we were doing something stupid. And John Williams Scott was like, no, dude, what the fuck are you doing? He's like, this film's going to suck anyway, so who cares?
All right, look.
And then he went.
The actors with the 15 actors with the most Razzie Awards.
Will Ferrell's definitely on this a lot, isn't he?
I mean, granted, this is from 2017, this article, so whatever has happened in the past 2 years, which actually, I know for a fact one of these in the past 2 or 3 years since this has definitely added a few nominations and a win.
Oh, God.
At number 15, they have John Travolta. 2 wins.
I could see that.
And 9 nominations.
I can see that. He's come out with some garbage. Including a John Gotti film that
I think he won
the John Gotti film.
He fucked that up.
He won the award. He won the award in 2001 for Battlefield Earth.
Oh, that was that alien
The
fucking
entire
movie.
film was a colossal disaster.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
And Travolta's bizarre performance as a giant humanoid alien is easily his worst to date.
What was that? It was 14.
Will Smith, 3 wins, 3 nominations.
Oh, because
Damn, he's batting batting 1,000.
Yeah.
Let's go, Willie.
The space movie is really what fucked him. Wild Wild West fucked him.
Wait,
No,
that
how
was a
the
great.
fuck
That
is
was a
Wild
great
Wild West on
film.
that list?
Yeah, but remember, Wild Wild West won the Razzie for worst movie of the year that year.
That's fucked up. That's a great film.
It's a great film
Oh,
because
we were
also
kids.
we were like 10 when it came
Yeah,
out.
that
And we're like,
movie's
this is
badass.
so cool. But like,
At
yeah.
the time, people
Look
who
at
were
the
adults were like, this is fucking
I went to
atrocious.
friggin' Burger King, got all the toys for it and shit.
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
sure there's
man.
little kids who love
Didn't
cats.
he say no to the Matrix to do Wild Wild
Yeah, I
West?
think so.
He said no to a few
Yikes.
roles. That's like, oh, he said no to Django. That's like, oh, you probably should have done that.
He won his first. That was his first Razzie for Wild Wild West, and then he won another one for After Earth, which is the one where
Yeah.
With his son.
with his son.
Very sad.
Yes.
Very sad.
And then
So he's batting 1,000 every time he gets nominated. He's got it in the bag, huh?
yeah. Okay, Lindsay Lohan, 3 wins, 8 nominations. I mean, I'm not surprised by that.
I didn't even
at
think
all.
she was in that many movies.
Yeah, I mean, she's
The
in
Parent
fucking
Trap and
Herbie,
Mean Girls and
Herbie,
Herbie
Fully Loaded. Just My Luck, The Canyon, Scary Movie 5.
Yeah, keep going. The
yeah.
next on the list.
Sharon Stone, 3 wins, 9 nominations.
All right.
Don't really know much about her
don't.
movies.
Who's 11?
11, Kevin Costner, 3 wins, 10 nominations.
Wait, was
Kevin
he nominated for
Costner, really?
the water movie?
I mean,
No,
Waterworld? Waterworld was sick.
Yeah, I'm like, is that the picture that they chose?
But that's the picture that they chose. Yeah.
Really?
Costner was nominated again for Worst Actor in The Bodyguard, and again in '96 for Waterworld, and then again in '98 for The Postman.
I thought the
which
90s
Costner
people-
also directed.
I thought the 90s people liked Waterworld.
I thought people loved The Bodyguard.
I
That was
love
that Whitney
Waterworld.
Houston show, wasn't it?
I don't know. The
And
Razzie
Bodyguard was
seems
very famous.
The Razzie seems a little drunk. I'm not sure.
Well, I mean, I get the
mean,
post.
Gavin,
the Postman
man.
definitely was trash.
These movies weren't great.
We definitely
Also,
don't remember them.
if anything, you and I are fitting the classic Latino stereotype that we just love anything. Like,
Yeah,
we-
That could be it.
But hold
That
on. Remember, this was also in the '90s.
I loved everything in the 90s,
I
to be
was
honest.
at a young age.
Oh, yeah, our
where
palate
all I
wasn't-
thought was just everything was cool. Waterworld was sick because I'm a kid and everything is just in little islands everywhere.
Yeah, that
well,
was
you know
pretty
what?
sweet.
That's also like
It's a world.
Can you?
in
that's
the
like
water.
that's like in Succession, where you sound like you don't like California Pizza Kissing, you just think you like
Yes,
California.
correct,
'cause
exactly.
you're-
You don't know what a good movie is when you're 13 years old.
That's fair. That's a fair thing because I was watching
Right.
a lot of Muppets movies back
Yeah.
then too. So.
Still love them though.
Pauly Shore, 4 wins, 5 nominations.
If you say
this one has been
Biodome-
this one has been the one that has made the most sense because Pauly Shore is a terrible actor. He plays the same guy
Yes.
in every movie.
But
Don't
good
say
for him. You
Biodome.
made a career out of
Yeah,
that.
of course.
So
Don't
congratulations.
say Biodome.
What?
Is Biodome the film? I'll throw something.
Wait, what about the one with the caveman?
His
and the ice?
1996
Oh, Encino
film,
Man. That's a great movie.
His
Brendan Fraser.
1996 film Biodome sits at only 5%, with one critic writing that the film is actually good for one reason: it killed Pauly Shore's career.
Oh my god, that's so sad.
Yeah, that's just hilarious. He won worst new star of the year for his breakout role in Encino Man, 1993.
That was a legendary role, I thought. But all right,
Ben Affleck, 4 wins, 11 nominations.
Affleck, really?
What? Ben Affleck.
Keep reading that.
What was nominated?
Jesus, wow, Batman vs Superman.
No.
He managed to pick up the Razzie for worst screen combo along with Cavill for Batman vs Superman.
How do you feel about that?
That's rough. That's rough for us here at the 17
You know what?
Waverly
Again,
Podcast.
I'm a comic book guy, so my opinion's a little different.
But
I
remember-
see things through the lens of a comic book fan, but I'm sure as like a moviegoer, like
Remember
joyless, I don't know.
that he was part of Jiggly.
Oh, Jiggly was
Geely.
garbage. Yeah, Geely.
Which is possibly the worst movie in the history of cinema.
That and Justin and Kelly, I'm pretty
Didn't he
sure.
like vanish for like 5 years or something like that?
Yeah.
That ended his relationship with J Lo,
Yeah.
and it basically.
Yeah.
So that was Geely was his first Razzie, and it was the same award, the worst screen combo award. So him and Jennifer Lopez won that.
What was their
and
thing?
then later he won with Cavill for Batman vs Superman.
What was their little name? Benifer or something like that?
Benifer.
Benifer?
some shit.
That's stupid.
Pia Zadora, 4 wins, 6
Keep
nominations,
going.
no idea. Bo Derek, 4 wins, 7
good,
nominations,
good.
fine. Demi Moore, 4 wins, 9 nominations.
G.I. Jane? No.
Eddie Murphy, 4 wins, 11 nominations.
Yeah, I could see
Comedians
that.
are kind of doomed to that,
Yes.
right?
I can see that.
Paris Hilton, 5 wins, 5 nominations.
Shit, Paris
How many
Hilton
movies
how
has
many
she
movies
been
is she
in?
in? Yeah, what?
Okay, here we go.
House of Wax,
House of
that's
Wax,
the
the
end.
Hottie and the Naughty, the Repo and Genetic Opera. The Simply Life. Oh, that's the Simple Life. That's the one with the stupid TV show that she had.
No, keep.
Adam Sandler, 5 wins, 16 nominations.
Yeah, that
what,
makes
what
sense.
number is he?
He's number 3.
So he's bronze medalist. Okay.
Punch Drunk Love, Funny People, Jack and Jill.
That was bad.
Jack and Jill was nominated for a whopping 12 Razzie Awards
That movie was garbage.
and ended up winning 10 of them.
Almost had the perfect year.
Sandler took home the award for worst actor, worst screen couple, and even worst actress.
That's amazing.
worse.
That's amazing. And you know what? He definitely had a sense of humor, but I hope he did.
Fucking
Worst
hilarious.
actor, that's so shady.
Holy shit.
He's probably the only one to do that, huh?
Holy shit. Okay. Let's keep
Here
going.
we go, silver and
Sylvester
gold.
Stallone. 8 wins, 22 nominations.
Yikes.
Tell me one of the films.
Rhinestone.
Yeah, never seen it. If you say Judge Dredd.
Stallone later regretted making the film, which also won Razzie for Worst Original Song for Stallone's performance of Drinkenstein.
Might have to watch this movie.
So in 2000, Stallone was even awarded the Razzie for Worst Actor of the Century.
Jesus Christ.
That's
Holy shit.
So they gave him
dude.
like one of those like lifetime
I'm dying.
achievement awards, but it's the opposite.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Number 1, Madonna. 9 wins. So she's had the most wins out of anybody. Stallone has been nominated the most, but she has 9 wins and 15 nominations.
Yikes! Are you essentially saying that everything she's ever done is bad?
Yeah.
So
pretty
Evita
much.
was
She's just a
trash.
shitty, just not a good actress.
Yeah, but Evita itself is not a good. It has one good song. It's like
Right.
Cats. There's one good song in that whole joint, and the rest of it's garbage.
Though she's never been nominated for an Academy Award like Stallone. So the thing is, here's the thing. Stallone has also been nominated for an Oscar for Academy Award.
Yes.
So there's that balance at least where like some of these guys are very terrible actors, but they're also some of them are nominated for the good acting awards too.
Right.
They just have these flops.
Right.
She was nominated. She was never nominated for an Oscar. She did take home the Golden Globe for Best Performance of an Actress in a Motion Picture for Evita, but that was it.
Huh.
So
So the Razzies.
yeah, so the Razzies are coming up soon. When these awards come out, these nominations, we will absolutely discuss this heavily.
I know we've talked about this. Do they like host it somewhere? Like, can we go?
I don't know,
Isn't
but
it
I
in
would
like a
like to
fucking
definitely go.
hotel on a like?
I think they do it at a hotel in
You
like
have some
Vegas or something.
You have some random person from the Razzies is listening to this, and you can get us passes. I will give you.
Yo, I'll go.
I would just
I would
prize
go.
pack.
I would go. I would
Yeah.
take a Friday night flight.
If
go
those
to
tickets
it.
are open to the public, I'm going to find them on StubHub.
Yeah.
I want to go to the Razzies.
Hell yeah.
Okay. That's award shows. That's the award show segment, which took 45 minutes.
Yeah, it's about right.
But yeah, so those are the nominees and stuff and things that we're talking about. Let's discuss some shows.
Yes.
Some recent shows that we've been
All right,
watching.
fine.
Here at the 17 Waverly Podcast, we like to not be too stagnant. When there is not a lot of movies out, we like to indulge in some new shows, try some things out. Recently, Gab and I started watching Succession. It's on HBO. I could not tell you any of the actors' names other than Kieran Culkin, because he's Macaulay Culkin's brother.
Right.
It is my current obsession.
I'm obsessed with it. It's so
It is such a good show. It's about... Actually, no, I'll let Gab describe it because he's better at describing things. Go ahead, Gab. What's it about?
Thank you. I should get bongos for every time about it.
Yeah.
Talk about description. So, I'm sure the thing is we're late to this party, so everyone probably already fucking knows what Succession is about.
Yeah.
I thought originally that this was like an intense drama, like a House of Cards kind of thing. But what we have here is a show about this rich motherfucker named Logan Roy, who has this giant media conglomerate billionaire empire that he has these 4 kids that he traumatized the fuck out of.
Oh, yeah.
And each 4 of these kids, well, they're not children, they're adults, but they have their childhood traumas that clearly linger with them into adulthood.
Yeah.
And what you have is something that's edited and shown like an intense drama, but it really is a comedy. It's a comedy edited, recorded, or edited like a drama.
Did we talk about this last week?
I think we might have, because then you said that I would really enjoy
We mentioned it because we said that he should watch it.
right. I should
Sorry,
watch.
guys. I guess we just repeated
Yeah,
that.
fuck it. Let's
So-
go again. But I think you did
Yeah.
say once we get deeper, you would update us.
Right, because at that point we had watched up to episode like 5 or 6.
Well, now we finished.
Now
the
that
first
we've
season,
finished season
yeah.
1, how did you like the end? Did you like the end? Did you not like the end of season 1?
I liked the end of season 1. It's one of
Without
those shows.
spoiling too much, because we do want Angelo to watch it.
Yeah, for sure.
Right, I don't want to spoil it for you. Shit. That's not a muscle that we work out on this
Yeah,
show.
we are not very good at that. So
All right.
we
yeah.
might have Doms after this.
Yeah, we might have done. This is a who. So, yes, I liked the ending of the season,
Yeah.
but because the way that I'm experiencing the show, there's a difference in how you experience the show between binging it and then tuning in week to week. Those are two very experience something live and binging it, totally different.
Correct. I agree.
So for me,
I don't think that-
it's so for me, like Watchmen, don't make it an aside, but I would have enjoyed that 10 times. Not saying that I didn't. I loved that show, but I would have enjoyed it 10 times more if I'd binged it.
Interesting. Okay.
Because
There
it's
is
a
a
show
difference.
that was so like, what the fuck is happening?
Oh,
that it
right.
had all the ingredients that if I binged it in one day, didn't eat, it would be like,
Yeah.
what like an amazing, that's cocaine. It's like amazing work of art.
Right.
I don't do cocaine. Then when you have something like Succession, even though we have been watching it at our own pace, it all does still feel like one giant thing. So even though it was a season finale, I knew that season 2 is like right there.
Oh, right.
So I didn't feel that like
You don't feel the impact.
I don't
yeah.
feel the impact of like
Right.
That
what does
anxiety
it
that-
mean?
yeah.
It's
Right.
just like, well, I guess I could just press play
On episode 1 of season 2.
2.
Right.
So it's a different thing, but yes, I liked it. But more than it's just such a good recipe of characters. The actors do each one in their own role does it so well.
Right.
I love Shiv. Everyone told me I'll hate her in season 2. I'm like, yeah, that's what they do.
Yeah.
That's what they do.
Yeah, female character with power, or fucking hate her. Then you have Kieran Culkin. I think does a phenomenal job as well. The kid who plays the guy who plays Kendall, the guy who plays Logan Roy, who won a Golden Globe this year. Everyone's just
The show itself won a bunch of awards.
yeah, and I think it's going to be one of those shows from now on, depending on how many seasons it goes.
Right.
It could be one of those shows that keeps fucking winning over and over and
Right.
again.
They have a good formula, it seems.
It's just such a good formula.
Yeah, it's
It's white friendly. I'm sorry, I was going to say it.
sure.
Oh, really?
It is.
The whites love it.
The whites, I think the whites love it.
I mean, it's a rich white family. It's a
rich white
rich
family.
billionaire white family. I think we mentioned in this post last week that it's based off, I think, Trump's and the Murdoch family.
Okay.
So
and it's not troubling itself with PC culture representation.
It doesn't have any of that. It's really just like, this is what you would expect. This is what it is.
Oh, it's good, yeah.
Watch it. You know what I mean? It's really what the main the main thing about it is just what family issues they all have.
Right.
And that's really what it is. But definitely watch it. So we watched season 1 of that. We're in the middle of season 2. We're in the beginning of season 2 right now. Once we finish season 2, we will not talk about it again until we finish season 2.
Okay.
That will give you time to catch up.
I'll be able to catch up, yeah.
And then
I think you'll probably finish it pretty fast.
Once I get
that
rolling.
hilarious.
And then we'll have a full review of it. And that way we can spoil shit
Okay.
and talk about the characters and scenes, certain scenes.
I almost want to rewatch the first 4 episodes because I was so convinced that what we were about to watch was a drama,
Right.
That I had
You couldn't,
anxiety
enjoy it a little bit.
all of it. That I wasn't
right.
really loosening up until a pool scene.
Yeah,
almost,
the pool scene. Yeah,
but
yeah.
once a pool scene happened,
Right.
people you'll know in a bit. It was like, oh no, this is just a fucking full on comedy.
Yeah.
So
with some sprinkled drama.
With some drama
it's
sprinkled
a
in.
dramedy.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
dramedy.
Drom-com.
Right.
Drom, is that the thing? Drom-com? I like the way it sounds.
Drom-com. There you go. You coin it. You can patent that.
Fico and I also this past week or so. Oh, excuse me, the bubbles.
The
bubbles are there. The
Bubbles
bubbles
are
are
this
real.
all night. It's like,
It's not every day.
cute,
Not
man.
every day you drink Veuve Duvernay. So
speaking of, is there anything left?
no, there isn't.
Yeah.
So we started watching You.
Oh, you've
I've
crammed season.
crammed season 1.
Okay.
I think I'm on episode maybe 4, 5 of season 2.
Right.
I wasn't going into it. I this whole time I hadn't seen You because I didn't want to see You.
Yes.
I don't like that guy, that actor,
Right.
Bradley fucking
Yes.
Juzerwors or whatever his name is,
Jesus.
Jizerwors or whatever.
I keep thinking Peyton. That's not his name.
That's Peyton Pasley or Peyton Pasley?
Badgley. Wait, no.
Oh, God.
Penn Badgley.
Penn Badgley.
Penn
Okay.
Badgley. You know, just give us enough time. We'll
Yeah,
get there.
Penn Badgley. So Penge Badgley.
Penn
Penn
Badgley.
Badgley.
God damn it.
So
Call himself a
I
Gossip Girl
don't
fan.
like the actor because I had seen him previously in Gossip Girl.
Right.
Yes, I've seen Gossip Girl.
And you were like, no.
And I was like, I don't want to watch the show because 1, I don't care about that guy. 2, a show about a stalker, don't really care. You know what I mean? It's just
You're
like
not
something
really
that
cup your tea.
literally didn't interest me at all. Then Stacy saw it. She told me you should watch it. It's not just like that.
Which
And then I'm
It's
like,
not.
okay, fine. And then season 2 came out, I think, like a week or 2 ago, or 2 weeks ago, or something like that. And everybody on the internet was talking about I saw a bunch of memes.
yeah.
And the memes, again, this is like we're in the society where everything just becomes a meme, especially if something is good and popular.
Yes, if it's good, you know
Yeah,
it's made.
if you create something or if you do something and there's no meme out of it, then you weren't popular at any point.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be good. It just means it's
Yes,
popular.
yes.
Because the Bird fucking
Bird Box wasn't good, but
Trash.
it got popular because
the memes.
The memes.
of the
right.
memes.
Yes.
So in this case,
such good memes.
in most cases,
I'm gonna
if
put
it's
that up
something
there as
good, yeah.
I'm gonna put that up there. One of our better podcast
Yeah,
moments
that's true,
is
that's
watching
true.
that fucking movie.
So in this case, the memes came out. I'm like, all right, then maybe I should really just give this a try because these memes are hilarious.
Yeah.
Watch 1 or 2 episodes. Okay, I'm like, all right. He's
It
not
kinda lures you in a
necessarily
little
just
bit.
a fucking stalker. He's just a guy that stalks a girl, but it isn't just that.
Right.
There's
a lot
more. Like it's there's the whole the dating part of it. And then you're like, what the fuck? This whole time, I'm like, I thought this literally the entire show was just him being a
stalking.
creep the entire show.
He's
not
a
that
brilliant conman mastermind
at all.
type psycho.
He's basically a less violent Dexter.
It's basically his Dexter, only
Right.
less violent.
So yeah, yeah.
I don't know if I can watch it.
You could.
No, Gabby, you could.
So
You could.
I
have a really rough time with psychologically unhinged characters. Like
I think you'll enjoy
Joker
this.
was already like a real big
no. This is
this
different. It's
thing
weird.
about-
It's
the
hard to
I'm
explain.
not saying like specifically the Joker type, but the air of the mentally unhinged.
Oh yeah, he's definitely
Like
he's-
that kind of stuff that
It's
in
so-
media makes me really like
The thing about this is that it's so corny
It's the Gossip Girl of psychopaths.
The unhinged part of him is so corny to me
Yes.
that it doesn't make it like creepy or
It's
like
kind of funny.
Yes.
It's oddly comedic,
Right.
Because they'll do these cutaways where it's just him talking like a voiceover.
yeah.
And
The voiceovers are hysterical.
The way he's wording shit, I'm like, all right.
He's like,
You're.
oh yes.
you-
oh my God, Kara,
It's like so you
look at your panties.
You walk into
And it's just like-
you walk into my store, but you're wearing a hoodie. You don't want to be seen. But the skirt means you want a little bit of attention. I'll bite.
It's so stupid.
Okay, I'll bite. I've lost that shit.
Bro, it's not a comedy, but it's so it's like so corny in the way that he
Yeah.
is that it's funny to
honestly.
me.
It's a really I enjoyed it. I thought it was a really good show, and I got brought into it. You know how I think we spoke about this early on in the podcast days.
Yeah.
one of the first couple episodes. How this was a show that was on Lifetime,
Right.
That
It didn't gain any traction.
I didn't know it finished course.
Right.
Right. So I was under the impression that this thing had a couple episodes on Lifetime. No one really cared. That was it. Netflix picked it up. They did their own season, and now they just released a second season. So I thought there was 3 seasons of this stuff.
Oh.
So I'm watching the first one, and you could almost
Wait, you watched the Lifetime one?
no.
Oh, no, the first season.
I watched the first season.
Yeah.
So I was thinking that there was something before this, and you
Right.
could kind of understand because there's that whole thing with the ex-girlfriend hanging
Yeah,
around the
yeah,
whole
yeah,
time.
yeah.
I thought that was a previous season.
Correct. Right.
So that obviously wasn't
true,
the case.
right.
So I'm watching it. I'm like, this shit was on Lifetime at some point because it's kind of like,
Yeah.
it's kind of foul at some points. So I was watching it and I was like, this is interesting.
Right.
And it was basically Brianna being like, you kind of want to watch it, see where it's at. I'm like, if it'll make you happy, put the fucking thing on. So we watch it. After 2 episodes, I'm like, you got me.
Yeah, you
Let's-
got me.
let's-
You get it.
Yeah. And then
I don't doubt it's gonna get me. I just don't want to be.
and
got.
then when my
it doesn't. It's not going to get you in the way that you think that
it's not. It's gonna get you definitely in a different way.
It doesn't.
And then
it's weird.
there's the cameo by one of my favorite actors. I think midway through the first season, and he has a pretty pivotal role in the ending of this whole thing.
I'm not gonna watch you guys and spoil.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the.
Stamos, man.
Oh, Stamos!
The god Stamos. Love
that
it.
whole Stamos thing. I was like, what the fuck is going on with this shit? Oh, okay.
So you got-
Stamos is in you.
So then you got that,
Yeah.
and then so immediately I was like, all right, you got me on this.
Yeah.
Let's watch the second season.
Right.
You're 5 episodes in. They throw you for some swerves here
Right,
and there.
correct.
Second season, I don't know if you could tell, it's definitely a little bit more ramped up on the violence, the gore aspect. I don't know if you've gotten to that part yet.
Yes. I know. I don't think that he kills as many people in season 2 because I think I read that somewhere.
Yeah, no, there's
He
definitely
doesn't
less
kill as
of
many people.
He doesn't kill as many people.
Correct.
There's definitely less of a body count on his part.
Right. So my main thing with season 1, through the end of season 1, was I assumed from the way the trajectory was going that the girl, what's her name, Becca,
Beck? Yeah.
Beck, was gonna
Guinevere.
was gonna help him, and then eventually they were gonna be like a couple doing it.
Yeah, no.
But then I was like, oh great, they didn't do that. Whatever. And then it's like, all right. So then I was not really excited about season 2 because I didn't really care about the end of season 1.
Right. Season 2.
And then I'm on season 2. I'm on episode 4. It's not terrible now because of the addition of his ex.
Yes.
Like her coming into the picture alone was like enough for me to like, all right, I'm in.
I'm in, yeah.
Let me just see how this goes out.
Keep watching it. Let me know how you feel at the end of it.
Yeah.
There's some swerves. There's some fun stuff, and then of course it sets you up for a wonderful season 3.
Yeah.
Which a lot of people are already starting to
Yeah,
throw their
they
hat
just got
in the ring.
renewed for season 3. So
I'm happy that I gave it a chance because it was there.
I'm not necessarily happy that they got a season 3 because what the fuck can you do now?
You'll find out.
It's like, come on, man.
You kind of see how it's one of the theories anyway.
Right.
But if at the end of season 2, you could kind of be like, maybe this is where they were going
Right.
with this because they kind of did it in season 1 too.
Okay.
So
Okay.
We'll talk about it when you're done, of course.
Yeah, we'll talk. We'll do a slightly better review when we're done, and we can actually, drop
some
bullshit.
stuff.
One of the big criticism of the show might be
What?
it's like they really don't finish a lot of stuff or start reviewing it before they ever
Because we want to keep you guys locked in to come back next week, guys.
Yeah, I know.
And if you commit to us, we'll send you a prize pack. So why don't you go ahead and tweet us?
I swear to God, he just put whatever potatoes he just bought from the ShopRite into a box.
Did you watch the Morbius trailer? Morbius.
Who?
Morbius.
I love how the comic book stuff is always the dessert at the end of the meal to our podcast episodes.
Yeah. Did you watch the Morbius trailer?
I did watch the Morbius trailer.
I watched the Morbius trailer. It looks like trash. I'm definitely not going to want to see it.
It looks like a 2003 Miramax film.
It's got
Jared
Razzies
Leto.
all over it.
Strike 2. You do that again,
You're
dead.
out.
You're out.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, though. You haven't
speaking of
seen
Jared
it.
Leto, didn't
Mr.
they-
saying like I don't feel
looks-
comfortable judging movies before seeing
looks
them.
Trash.
Speaking of Jared Leto, didn't they basically say they kill him off? They kill his Joker character off in this Birds of Prey movie that's coming
I
out?
hope they do.
It's the trailer seems to allude to like
they just kill him
they
off.
just kill him off.
That's wonderful.
I was like, yeah, you're out.
You poor son of a bitch. I have never seen a fall from
I
grace.
wonder, do you really think that they would mix this Margot Robbie with Joaquin at any
No,
point?
there's
right?
nothing remotely
close. They're not even close.
They're not even
Age-wise,
close.
too, it's not.
tone.
Right.
Don't think age is a problem because Jared Leto's like fucking 20 years older than Margot
Right.
Robbie.
I was just thinking about like the time periods and where the film stuff.
Oh, that I'm sorry. Oh, I thought you meant like age difference between.
Oh
the
no,
actors.
no.
No, yeah, the time differences are off, the aesthetics off, the tones off, the pretty much the genre is off. They're not. I don't think they're like relatable or connectable at all. I don't think that's
Right.
That Harley Quinn was very much tailored to that Joker or
Right.
vice versa.
Right.
So I don't think you can mix and match them. And of course, they want to keep promoting this idea of Harley Quinn as her own person, her own character.
Yeah.
That's what the comics are doing, what her animated show is doing. They want to create a solo identity for her separate from Joker, which I'm like, that's fine. I thought they did something very clever with that trailer. Like, everyone can relate to getting dumped, unless you fucking super pretty people. I don't know.
Right.
But everyone can relate to, like,
It happens to everybody.
for sure. Like, I don't know, except the filthy rich. But like, you just found a really good base to pitch a movie because everyone can relate to that. It looks like it might be funny. There's action in it. You might have made a movie people want to go see. But the Morbius trailer is trash. But it looks really. My
Really
problem with it is the same thing, and on this show we've talked about it before. I still have yet to see Venom.
Time out. Is this movie going to be a standalone Spider-Man bad guy movie, just like Venom was?
Yes.
Oh my God, even more trash.
Well, this is
Jesus
what I'm
Christ.
saying. I haven't seen Venom because I can't buy into the idea. All these movies are made for profit. That's the point. Got it. I understand that.
Right.
But as like a comic book person, I just hate just how in the open it is.
Yes.
That
Yeah.
like we're making this because we only got one superhero and all of his bad guys. So like we can't keep making
We
a
can't do
bajillion
anything else. So let's just
Spider-Mans.
keep doing
So we
this.
got to make
Right.
solo bad guy movies, and I'm like, that's just
Yeah.
such a reach. It's just so not necessary, and it's
Right.
only necessary to
So
you,
sad.
Sony, because you want money,
Yeah. Yeah.
and you want to
Right.
keep like getting a piece of this fucking superhero cake. I just. No. I give it to them that they made a really great animated movie that won an Oscar.
Stick to that.
Yeah,
They
stick
did
to
a
those
really
guys.
great. Well, first of all, they fucking realized like, holy. I hope they're not getting cocky, but they realize we actually made a good idea.
Right.
The first two the Tobey Maguire, the first two were great. I don't know what drugs you were smoking when you made the third one.
With Topher Grace, with the guy from that 70s show.
Yeah,
I don't think I saw it.
He
It's
played
bad, dude.
Venom.
It's fucking bad.
Dude, it was so.
He played Venom and it was
There was
fucking
one
terrible.
moment in the movie where I'm like, because I trusted the movies. Eric
from that 70s show.
yeah,
Main character.
who
Why?
dates Donna.
Why?
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
I don't know. And
Yeah.
he's barely Venom in it, but it's like, and he keeps taking the Venom face off to reveal his actual face. I'm
yeah.
like, no, we've seen you the whole movie
Right.
whining.
I'm glad.
Now put the
I am
face back
glad
on.
that I
It's
skipped out on
it's
that.
one of the more. It's one of the worst.
It's one of the
movies I've ever
first
seen.
movies I ever watched as a kid that I went, I'm watching a bad movie. Like it was like one of the in the
this is what a bad movie is.
This is what a bad movie. Like this sucks. Yeah. Like it was
God, that's terrible.
It's such an epiphany moment where you're like, this is bad.
That's a weird feeling.
Morbius, my thing is, man, like, and even out of all the Spider-Man villains, this is the one that gets a solo. Okay,
I never even heard of this guy, so honestly, I don't know.
The bigger problem is that it seems that this then connects to the MCU. Technically, it does. Because for Vulture to show up at the end of the movie,
correct,
that Homecoming was technically an MCU film.
Yeah.
So whatever this Morbius crap is,
and then having Vulture at the end would connect him, and then
although Sony cute, but at the end of the day, who gives a fuck? So does Cloak and Dagger, The Runaways, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. That's all part of Daredevil, Luke Cage. All that stuff is was a part of the MCU. But guess what? They could all get booted too, and it makes no difference.
No difference. Yeah.
So I think there's a difference between being able just to claim like, "Ooh, it's part of the MCU."
That's just to sell tickets.
It's just to sell tickets. I'm like, no, it's not. Because guess what? No one gives a fuck about.
Yeah, it seems like it's like a bastard child that just no one cares about.
I just don't
put it to the island of misfit toys.
Maybe the movie does great, but I just think it looks not. I just don't care. I didn't care about Venom either. When you give me Spider-Man fighting Venom, I think there's this very big fad of.
I mean, I would love to see that.
Yeah.
Sony's not the only culprit.
Give me Spider-Man versus Venom. That's all I want to see.
I could do that.
We're seeing a really big wave. Not really big. I'm not going to be fucking melodramatic about it, but there is a wave of villain-focused comic book movies.
Sure.
Suicide Squad 1. It's getting
and especially with the
Harley Quinn is technically a villain. It's getting a solo movie. You have Morbius. You have Venom.
with the success of Joker
was a thing. So there is this like.
Hopefully
Black Adam.
Black Adam as the Rock. The Rock being Black Adam.
What is that attached to?
That's Shazam.
Shazam.
Oh, wonderful.
So the guy
that'll play into Shazam.
He's labeling him
too.
like, and The Rock put in his description.
I don't
like it's so cool to be playing like this kind of a hero.
But he's
not a hero.
He keeps calling himself an anti-hero.
Yeah.
Not an anti-hero. He's just
you're a villain.
Asshole.
You're a villain, right?
Black Adam sucks.
So he'll do a little bit of a heel turn at the end, and boom, Shazam 2 comes out, and we got ourselves a blockbuster.
Right.
Sell the tickets.
That's what you want. That's what you want.
Sell tickets, baby. Good press. Good press.
Calvin originally was a villain, but I think ultimately
they tried to make her an anti-hero.
But I don't think you don't have to turn her into an anti-hero. You just dissect it enough, and you see the truth of it.
Yes.
She's stealing from rich people.
Get that Robin Hood complex.
And it's the Robin Hood complex. Yeah. She's not a villain. She's just what she's doing kind of just makes sense for her situation.
Yeah.
Right.
And it just creates a great conversation between how her and Batman approach things. Yet they're in love with each other.
Love how the conversation started with Spider-Man, and
we still go to Batman.
We love fucking Batman, man.
God damn, I'm sorry.
Timeless character.
But no, I'm not. Yeah. I'm not looking forward to it. I didn't even know this movie was getting made until the trailer came out.
Let's end the episode with our top 5 favorite Jim Carrey movies.
Jesus Christ!
These Carrey
films? Fucking curveballs.
Christ, I don't know.
Dumb and Dumber,
we're watching Jim Carrey classic. It's the 50th episode. Let's end it right here. Jim Carrey, top 5.
All right, I'll go first.
Let's go. You go first.
I think I can strike it out. My number 1 is Dumb and Dumber.
Go ahead.
The others 4, there's in no particular order. That's just too short notice.
Okay.
But Bruce Almighty's on there.
Okay, sure.
I love Bruce Almighty.
Sure.
What else did he do? Ace Ventura, Pet Detective.
Yep.
Probably 1 and 2, and The Mask.
Oh wow.
Okay.
So those are your top 5.
I would say those are my top 5.
Okay.
One of you might say something that I'm like, oh no.
Well, I mean, he's been in a lot of shit.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of shit. This guy's filmography is quite extensive.
So I'll go here.
Go ahead.
Okay, let's do this shit. We're gonna go. Number 1 for me is definitely Ace Ventura.
Okay.
1.
1. Okay.
Yeah. I won't even put 2 on the list.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ace Ventura 1 for sure. Dumb and Dumber 2.
Okay.
Honestly, Man on the Moon, a movie about Andy Kaufman.
Yeah.
I think underrated.
I think that movie was pretty good too.
Yeah, so that'll be my. 3.
I mean, not even just like comedy wise. He just played it really well.
Yeah. Yeah. So Man on the Moon. Then we'll do Bruce Almighty.
Yep.
And Me, Myself, and Irene rounding out the
wow.
top 5, which is a hilarious movie.
All right, so I'm gonna go Dumb and Dumber 1, just because that's just. I mean, It's just such a
Classic.
classic. It's just such a classic. Number 2, I'm going to go with Ace Ventura 2.
Ooh, number 2, Nature Calls.
Nature Calls. 3, I'm going to go 100% Liar Liar.
Wow, very, very good. Very good film.
4, I'm gonna go with The Mask. And 5, I'm going to go... It's tough. It's between Bruce Almighty and Cable Guy.
I haven't seen Cable Guy in years.
I'll go Bruce Almighty because Bruce Almighty, it's a little funnier than the Cable Guy because Cable Guy's a little creepy.
Yeah, it's a little weird.
But
That and the Truman
those are the
Show.
top 5. Yeah, I mean he's a really fucking
Yeah,
good
he's
actor.
good. Yeah.
I mean he's one of like the best. Like I loved he posted a post a few days ago. I think it was on Twitter or something. About the Wayans brothers, the Wayans family, because the Wayans were the ones who gave him a shot in Living Color.
Oh, in Living Color, yeah.
That was his first
And
thing.
he was like they're the ones that made Jim Carrey. Like
Right.
he got his shot.
He got their
in
shot.
TV
Yeah,
there.
100%.
So I think that's awesome. I think that he's it's cool of him to do that. You know, give them the recognition of like,
Yeah.
you guys
yeah.
made me. You know what I mean?
He's an amazing guy.
Yeah. He's awesome.
He also paints and
he's
stuff.
he's a little out there, obviously, because
Yeah.
you can't be the way that he is and
Without
not be
being
a
a little
out
fucking
there.
weird, yeah. 100%.
But
He's also brilliant. I think
yeah,
He is
he's
brilliant.
he's a great guy. He's absolutely hilarious. I think one of the best to do it in terms of physical comedy. Like name guys that are better than Jim Carrey in terms of physical, like weird faces, like this kind of shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
I would go maybe Mike Myers a little bit like
Yeah.
close.
who should make a comeback. He hasn't done
Who
anything.
should hasn't done
Isn't
anything
They're
in a
gonna,
while. Yeah.
I heard that there's something
Right.
coming out with him soon. I don't know if it's like another Austin Powers thing,
Yeah.
but there's something else coming out with him.
Austin Powers is one of those things where I'm like,
Please
I feel
just
like,
leave it alone. Just
No,
leave it
talking
alone.
about the Razzies, that might get nominated.
But those
The
are
hu-
fucking hilarious.
But that was such a specific
yes.
period
yes.
humor.
Yes. Yes.
I don't
Yeah.
know if that humor still.
I don't think
Stuff,
now
stuff.
if it's still gonna be the same, but no. I mean, yeah. Okay. We did it, guys.
Not bad.
50 episodes.
50 episodes. We'll see you for another 50.
fucking episodes.
We'll see them
To the next 50.
To the
Another
next 50,
50, baby.
Hopefully
some better champagne.
some
and
better champagne.
Good movies.
Way
Lot of
more
thi-
way more listeners. We will be on YouTube by our 100th.
Someday.
Definitely.
By our 100th.
we have gone from 55
Yeah.
to somewhere in
God.
between.
We will be on YouTube. We will be celebrating. We'll pass 75, then 100. It'll be awesome.
We want you guys there along the way, though.
Yeah, definitely. I'm sure we're going to have a fuck ton of mistakes between then and now. A
lot more
a lot of lies, a lot of bullshit,
A lot of microphone
a lot of
issues,
malfunctions, technical issues. But hey, we're here. It's been 50 episodes. We've gone this far. Let's keep it going.
We
See you
want
later,
you there
everybody.
with us. Have a good one.
See you later.
See ya.